Okay, hello again. Take two. I need like one of those little like camera things from the movies. Anyway, hello. Hi, it's Erin Lopez for the second night of the featured stamper with the Hats Off bundle. It is January 18th, and I hope you can find me. I'm going to give you a side profile here for just a second while I refresh my computer. Do my best to watch, what do you call it? Comments. But, you know, I thought I'd do better last night, but it was one of those days, so. All right, hope you're all having a great Tuesday. My Tuesday is much better than my Monday. Isn't that usually how it goes? All right, so we are going to jump right in. It is, I guess we're ready to go. Hope you're all ready. So we got 5 people watching, and let's turn the camera here. Don't mind the noise. See my messy desk. Oh, okay, something flopped. And everything all situated here. Why is it that the best laid plans don't always work? There we go. And let's move that into camera view. Something drooped. I'm still working with my new camera holder, so it's an Archon, and my husband bought it for me for Christmas. So, and I have these little markers to help myself make sure that my little mat is in frame. So you're kind of getting some behind the scenes info here. There we go. Oh, you can see my camera frame. So you can see my little boop, boop. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get started. It's a little after 7. Again, we're doing the Hats Off bundle, $35 for the 2, a great price. I'm going to show you a couple projects we can do with them that one of them is going to help hopefully get you to some celebration sales. So that's, you know, some goals right now. We got to get those sales going. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Rachel and Marcy. I'm not sure who else is on, but that's all I see comments for right now. So thank you again for joining me. This first one, last night I mentioned that we're going to do some feminine cards because not only men like to wear baseball caps, us ladies like caps as well. Got to have something to cover up your bad hair day or some fun little hats, right? Hi, Michelle. And I think I said Rachel. And okay, so here is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to use the peach paper. Lovely as a peach, I think is what it's called. I have it written down here on a little cheat sheet. You're a Peach DSP. I don't have the stamp set, so I had to kind of improvise with my little flower there, but here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. Have everything pre-scored or preset except for the hat. We're going to stamp that hat and punch it out. Or excuse me, cut it out. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, Debbie. Glad you like it. Isn't it fun seeing everybody else's designs? I like watching these featured stampers because you get to see everybody else's unique style, some different ideas, all the fun stuff, right? Okay, so first let's start with our hat and go from there. Oh my gosh, that's the one thing I didn't cut was a piece of pale papaya. So hold please. Thankfully I have one right here. We are going to use I have myself all set up and it's not my usual stamping section. Hi Trudy. And there's everything's, even though I have it all laid out so it'd be perfectly in reach, it's not where I normally have things. I stamp on the other side of my desk. We're going to be using pale papaya on pale papaya paper, and you're going to want to get a foam mat, your paper piercing mat or a foam mat. This is just one I got from the craft store. And we're going to ink up the hat in the pale papaya. Ooh, my little thingies are falling apart. Stamp that. Oh, I can see, you guys, I have cats and they like to climb and lay on my desk. Like, I'm sure most of you who have cats do. But that's one thing I don't really care for about cats. They leave little fuzzies everywhere. But it didn't mess up my image, which is perfect. Okay, so that's all the stamping I think we're doing, is just the hat. So we can put that away. Then we're going to get out the mini cut and emboss machine. And our plates. Oh, well, that didn't work out like I thought. Hold on. That's more for... The great thing is the hat die does go through the mini, but when your paper is the right size. We're going to do our little trick with our Post-it tape. Yeah, thanks, Barb. It is a pretty card. I'd love to have a hat like this. I have a couple hats, but I don't have any girly hats. They're all like Seattle Mariner hats or hats from the baseball teams that my son has played on. I think I need to branch out a little bit. Expand my horizons here. Okay, I've seen some fun ones. The biggest one is that Hot Mess Express one. I think some days that is like, you know, some of us to a T. Some days are better than others, right? Okay, this is the part I was trying to talk to you about yesterday. So, there. It makes your whole desk, like, move and shake. There. Okay. And crank it. Get your workout going. It's kind of tough, especially on camera and at an awkward angle. Okay. That's all we're going to use for that right now. Yeah, that Post-it tape comes in super handy. Cheryl, you need to get some of that Post-it tape until Stampin' comes out with that magnetic plate. I wish they'd come out with something to help, whether it be a magnetic plate or some sort of adhesive tape like this to hold down your... Excuse me, we just finished dinner, so I have hiccups. Something to hold down your projects while you're die cutting it, because nothing is worse than doing all that work, coloring, using your blends, and then it shifts and moves, and you have to start all over again. It's very disappointing. Okay, what am I doing here? I got myself sidetracked. Okay, let's finish with the hat. So I have pre-cut. Okay, I pre-cut. Here it is. The little patch. And I pre-cut all my little, these are from the, hold on, let me look at my notes here. These are from the Cherry Blossoms dies. So like I said, I don't have the peach set. Do you ever sometimes look at your stuff? I know I've mentioned this before in my previous trainings, but I'm one of those that I have to have it all, but I can't have it all, I can't afford it all, and I whine to myself because I don't have what I want. And I've learned that it's okay not to have everything. I think Barb posted one of these comments earlier, and you need to learn to think outside of the box and learn with what, you know, use what you have. It's okay. So I did that begrudgingly, and I know we can borrow from each other. It's a wonderful thing. I've lent things out to people, and you know, they've returned them, and I've borrowed from other people and returned them. So you know, that's one nice thing with our team is having a friend that you can swap around and share the expense with, but still get some fun out of our products. But learn to think outside the box. That's one of my tips for today. Okay, I'm going to build my what do you call it? This is what someone did. I saw in the video. They took their Take Your Pick tool and they put the thing on the end like this, and they help. Why I never thought of this before, who knows? Again, we just get sometimes into one-time thinking, right? And you just put your glue there, right? Ooh, that's a sticky blob. It's almost like a glue dot. Oh, okay, this isn't working very well. I think I need some more putty. But it really is pretty slick because it's already on your tool. Because what's worse than turning it over, putting your glue on, and then figuring out how to turn it back over so you can put it on your project, right? So there, it's already on your Take Your Pick tool. And then we're going to go ahead and just go boop. Because you don't always know where you're going to want to put the glue, because sometimes you put your glue on your paper and it's like, ooh, that's not where I want it, or you need to wiggle it around, and then you have that nice smear mark at the very end when it dries. That isn't quite so pretty. I'm not left-handed, but I'm going to try. There we go. And then, one more. I could fussy cut the flower from the DSP. Oh, that's a good idea. I could have done that too. I was so wanting to use dies. Great idea, Rachel. It would be wonderful, yeah. And then you could have it match. That's one great thing about our DSP is that you can use it for all kinds of things like that. You can fussy cut. I love how it cuts out our images. Okay, now what did I do with my? I had dimensionals here. They're under my notes. Oh, thanks, Marcy. That's a great tip. Yeah, that's, you know, it's fun learning from other demonstrators. So now I'm going to put my, oh, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to cut that in a minute. Scissors, snips. Okay. Just going to cut that off so that way it doesn't show through my petal. And then if you can see that the center of the dimensional, can you see that? It's right there and sticky. And the hardest part here is going to be lining up that, oh, I didn't get it right. Lining up that, on my sample, I didn't use a dimensional under the flower, but after I got to looking at it, I was like, hey, I bet that would look really good. And the hardest part is going to be trying to figure out which way this goes. Why don't I use my putty end? That's what it's there for, right? Paper piecing. Oh, that's not going to go. All right. You get the idea, right? We're going to put that in there. Fine motor skills. We've learned that as children, and we're still learning it today, right? Oh, I think it goes right there. If not, it's going to. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, and then take your dimensional back off and flick that away, and then put it right there. And there's your little patch. And what announcement's coming? Did you see the announcement this morning? It's coming. Oh, that must be about the magnetic plate. Well, I'll have to go. Don't leave now, but after the video, go ahead and check that out. But how exciting I love when we get to have new products, new tools. I love new tools. Tools are always a fun thing to have. All right, there's our hat. And the rest now is just building the card. So let's go ahead and, this is the layering circles. I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm going to have all the project supplies. I'm going to put those out on Friday after all my projects are done. And I'll put, like, kind of like I did in October or November, whenever that was. And I will have a list, a photo of the photos with the supplies I used and the dimensions. So they're all in one spot for you. And then I'll have photos posted. Because I felt that was the easiest to do. Than having to go back and have one post for each day. I thought it was kind of nice to have it all in one place. Okay, so then this here is from the Scallop Contours dies. The little scallop here, cut out of the Calypso Coral, right? Yes, Calypso Coral. So there's that. Now, what I did here, my glue dots. I'm going to use glue dots on either side of this. Is the white. I love this ribbon. This is from the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. It's the best. White ribbon. Oops, you know what? That's not the one I want to use. Mine's bent. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that one in just a minute. We're going to, I kind of cheated on my knot because I was wanting to be stingy, but I don't know if I really ended up saving much ribbon by doing it this way. But first I started also when I was designing it, I was trying to start out with figuring out how I was going to put it together. So I just put a glue dot on either side of your ribbon. Am I in camera view? I tend to go closer to myself, forgetting the camera's more in front of me. So there's that. The glue dots make it really nice. And then what I did, let's roll those. Oh, let's leave them on there. And I just tucked that through the one side. And I only just knotted it one little twist like that. And then you didn't have to use a whole, you didn't have to go all the way through the back. And also use the, what do you call it? All that ribbon and the knot, the ribbon for the knot and everything. So anyway, so there's your ribbon. You can tighten it. Okay. So you'll want to put your ribbon on before you adhere it to the front of the card because you don't want to wrap it around your card base. This is the thick white. I've been using the thick white a lot for my card bases lately because it gives it a little bit more stability when it's on display. And for some reason, I got so focused on thick white. I don't have any thick vanilla. So that's going to be on my... It's on my wish list for my next order that I'm going to place. I'll have to get some thick vanilla as well. Because sometimes we use vanilla to mix things up a bit. All right, there you go. There's the peach paper. Such pretty paper. I bought that when it was on sale this last fall. We all bought lots of paper, I'm sure, when it was all on sale last fall, right? Raise your hands if you stocked up. They had some great sales this winter. Horribly, wonderfully good, as in I bought way too much. But it was a great way to stock up, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put dimensionals. Let's see how I did that one. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals here, and then I wanted to give... Oh, that's on my next one. I'll show you that one when we're done. And then I used a little mini. I love these minis. I was so happy when they came out. And here we go. Unfortunately, you already stocked up, Marcy. Yes, some of us have larger collections than others, but if there's some new things that come out, what I didn't take advantage of, which I should have, was the stamp sale. I'm getting distracted, so I'm forgetting which ones I took off. That stamp sale was amazing too, and I thought I'm gonna be good and hold off, and man, I wish I hadn't. Okay, and then when you cut all your pieces off, I had an extra stripe here, and since I don't have the stamp set and I wanted to kind of keep it in line with the theme of my card, I just cut a little strip, or I took a piece of the strip that was, ooh, get off. See, that's the problem I have. That's the one downfall of that glue. It wiggles a little too much sometimes. Okay, there. And there's our first card. I have 2 cards for you tonight. So there's a fun, I didn't put a sentiment on it because you could put anything that you want on the inside, or kind of keep it, excuse me, on the outside, just kind of generic and have it all ready to go. I don't sometimes put the sentiments on my card because I don't know what I'm going to send it for. I like the design but doesn't have the right words, and so sometimes I wait to put my words on there. So there's card number 1. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, so now I told you at the beginning I wanted to do a card that you can show your customers if you have something similar, to help them get some celebration sales and some celebration product. So what I came up with, are you ready for it? I'm really excited about this one, you guys. Isn't that cute? I'm so excited. So if you use the hat bundle, which is $35, I don't have them all in my head, but then if you get some of the, I'm pretty sure this is still available, is that shimmery glitter organdy ribbon, and then you get some of the artistry and blooms. There's your $50, a little over $50, and then you can get the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, and boom, you've got a cute card and some celebration sales. This I found, this was a card sketch challenge, the layout, and so that's kind of how I came up with this one. Let's see here. Okay, this one's going to be just another quick one. That's one thing I tried. Well, it feels like they're involved because of all the die cutting and everything. The cards themselves, I wanted them to then be pretty simple. But, you know, you could just cut a circle or a square and stamp your image. You don't have to cut it out, especially if you don't have it. You know, it's really nice to have some options, or if you don't have time, you're in a hurry, or you want to have it be mailable and it might be too thick to mail with all of this, because I'll show you, this one here has extra dimensionals to kind of pop up the edge of the brim of the hat. So here we have Pool Party. I covered up my little notes here. This one here, we're using, yeah, Pool Party, and then the thick white and basic white. So I cut these little images. I tried to mix up, so I had stripes and then a couple different patterns that complemented because the paper is very busy. You don't want too busy of a card. Otherwise it's very distracting to the person, to the eye. So I tried not to have it be too busy. So here again is the thick white card base, and then I just have basic white for the layer. I like that. I'm starting to really like that white on white. So what I did was, this was a strip for my swap after I cut off my paper for the swap. It's a great way of using all your little extras. And I used this little one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut through here. But this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut it so that way I don't waste all the other ones. And this is why you don't throw away all your little scraps of paper. Do you know how many little pieces of things I've saved by using scraps versus having to cut all over again? And again, while we don't have dies for these little tiny guys, it's not that hard. Watch, as I can't do it. It's not that hard. It's because I cut it too close. To just cut around, and it's going to be on a white background. And if you leave a little bit of a white halo on it, you won't really see if it's off. So there's your little, your cutesy little rainbow. Rainbows are so popular. Stampin' Up! Is so good about being on trend. I've been to the store a couple times, whether it be Walmart, Dollar Tree, or Target, my 3 shopping places, and man, even at Christmas time, Walmart had some really cute little rainbow ornaments, and these colors too. It's just really, it's really fun to see that we're with the times and not behind the time, especially with the lead time that Stampin' Up! Has. So then I just, oh gosh, you love them both. I told you I was going to need, yes, Michelle, you're going to need this set when you're done this week. I just put a little small dimensional there. And then a little bit of glue. Again, be careful. You don't want to have it smoosh out so it goes through those holes. I pre-did my hat, and I'd stamped it in Versamark and heat embossed it with the white embossing powder. I didn't need to have another close call. I almost dumped my whole thing last night. It would have just been the icing on the cake, I'll tell you, for my day. But I didn't want to have another close call. So I went ahead and pre-did my heat embossing. And now for the rest of the card. Okay, I want to use when I'm using big pieces like this, I actually just like my Seal Plus, or my seal. I would like to get the Seal Plus. I haven't gotten it yet. But I like to use my Stampin' Seal. So you're just lining those up. Now these here, I cut them a little bit small, so they're not going to meet in the middle like my original card, but that's okay because we're going to have this strip of Pool Party that will cover that hole right there. So when I was designing this one, of course, I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I was cutting, and I don't want to waste this paper. Okay, you guys, this is going to be like gold, right? When it's gone, it's gone. So we have to preserve it, but yet use it, right? I think that's my biggest thing. They get us because they like, it's limited time. Stock up. And then we do, and then it's like, oh, I can't use it. I can never get it again. Okay, hold your breath. And this is, oh, well, this is polished pink, but I think this one, I used Magenta Madness is very close, but either one works. You just want a pink that's going to show up on your blue. And then just a little adhesive will do ya. See, you're just going to cover that line up. And I had it so it went all the way to the edge. Right there. Now I popped this up. I do like how the second layer is popped up on your card. Again, they're probably not the best for mailing. I guess they have stamps for hand-canceled stamps for the postal service. I've never bought them. I just mail them and cross my fingers that they make it safely. Or I hand deliver them. Usually they're for my coworkers or a family member, but once in a while I'll have somebody that doesn't live close by that I'd like to send cards to. So here is the brim of your hat, and you just want to kind of like give that a little bend. And I put 2 dimensionals on this one. So this is why you want to be careful when you mail this one. So you put 2 on that end, and then one of the little ones over here. Again, some people like more dimensionals, some people like less. I might even put, I wouldn't put one in the middle there just because you have all your other, you don't want to have it mess up the brim of your hat there. And then, this is what I almost, I had to thread it through. So here, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure this is still active. Current. Look at, this is what I had to do before as I was designing it. Oh, look. You guys ever do this? I think I can just thread that right through. Good thing I didn't use a ton of dimensionals. And again, I leave all my ribbon on the spool. Simple layout. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, I was looking for, I've been trying to use card sketches to come up with my project ideas. But then, of course, sometimes I have a hard time translating that back into what stamps that I'm using, but I'm getting a little bit better at it. It just takes practice. Just challenge yourself. That's one thing about these featured stampers too. Challenge yourself to try something new that you've seen. And I cut something with my snips that I shouldn't have, and it doesn't always cut ribbon very well. So I'm not sure if they're bent or I just need to go have them sharpened. Probably should just buy a new pair. They're not that expensive. Okay, so there, now we have our ribbon. You can put it up above, but I put it down here below a little bit. And again, add a little bit of an angle. And then you'll see, if you can see, this one is a little higher than the other. So it kind of gives a little bit of a I'm sorry, I keep pulling it closer to myself and forgetting that the camera on my phone is towards this side of the table. So I apologize if I'm stamping on my lap and you can't see it. Anyway, the white grid, oh, it is still, okay, but it's unavailable. Oh, shoot. Well, anyway, the any white ribbon will be good with that. I just am out of the crinkle ribbon because we don't have many white ribbons. So anyway, oh, and last but not least, I'm in love with these Artistry Blooms little sequins. You could use any color. I liked the blue. I thought the blue worked really well with this card. And of course, we're going to go with 3s. The power of 3. I used to be really good at math, but that's about all I remember. And there is card number 2. And we are at the conclusion of tonight's video. Can you believe it? It helps to have stuff pre-done, but I also don't want to take up too much of your evening since we're here every night this week, or every day this week, I should say. So there's 2 more ideas for you. A little bit of female version. You can switch it up. You can put a little star here. You know what would be really cute also is, mine hasn't arrived yet, but the new Valentine Stamp Set, to put one of those little hearts there would be really cute. You know, anything. You don't have to use the or little sunshine or the star. You could do the star from here. That would look really cute too. Then you might want to change the little hearts from there. But there's so many different things you can do. And the same thing with this. Change out with different flowers. Put your own little die cut there. Doesn't have to be a flower. Doesn't have to be these colors. It can be anything you have. Challenge yourself to use what you have with what you've got. So I hope you like these, and it looks like so far you did. Thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow's video is pre-recorded. I'm going to have it scheduled to post at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you can come and watch it anytime you'd like. And then, like I said, I posted the schedule so that anybody could go back and look at it, because I'm like to have things on a schedule. Thursdays is also going to be posted at 9 on a pre-recorded, and then Friday will be live at 6:30 so we can have our evening on Friday nights. So any questions you have, comments, put them in the comment section. I'll go back and read them later, and you all have a wonderful Tuesday evening. Thanks again. Bye.